let's look at how powerful your mind is. Let's compare your mind to the most sophisticated man-made device ever created, the computer. The average computer can hold about 250,000 pictures, 20,000 songs, and hundreds of full-length videos, nowadays on something the size of my finger. Crazy. But let's compare it to your mind. Your mind can perform an estimated 10 quadrillion operations per second without you even knowing it. Wild. Ask yourself right now, what's making your blood flow throughout your veins with the perfect amount of pressure to keep you alive? What's making your heart beat right now? Are you consciously commanding your heart to beat right now? No. What's maintaining your body core temperature to the perfect degree to keep you alive? What's doing the 6 trillion things to your 60 trillion cells every single second? It's something called your subconscious mind. This is the powerhouse to who you are. Your cat has it, even your puppy has it. But of all the things that your subconscious mind can do, it can't do one thing. And this thing can help you attract good things into your life, or can absolutely demolish your health. What is that one thing it can't do? It can't distinguish between a real event and something you merely think about. Sounds absolutely ridiculous, right? What happens when you have a nightmare? You wake up, your heart is pounding, you're sweating, and you're anxious beyond words. The nightmare existed in your mind. You weren't in any real danger at all. But your mind didn't know that. You physiologically reacted as if the nightmare was actually taking place in reality. There was a study conducted where a doctor hooked up an elite athlete, a professional skier, to a device that measured the athlete's muscle fibers. He told the skier to merely think about skiing down a hill without moving a muscle. The act of thinking about skiing down the hill actually made the same muscle fibers that would have actually fired off if he were to be actually skiing fire off from thoughts. This has been demonstrated time after time with the placebo effect. Group A suffering from a particular illness gets prescribed a pharmaceutical FDA-approved drug specifically designed to treat that illness. Group B suffering from the same illness gets a sugar pill, thinking it's real medication. Both groups get cured. In fact, the New England Journal of Medicine published a study involving two groups suffering from the same degenerative knee disorder. Group A had a surgery designed to scope out the knee and relieve the symptoms of the disorder. Group B, with the permission of the family, had a fake surgery. A placebo surgery, thinking that they had a real surgery. Only 3 small incisions were made in the kneecap, but no real surgery was performed. Both groups reported that the surgery was a success. In fact, researchers are suggesting that a minimum of 1/3 of all medical treatment, including surgery, is due to the belief that the treatment is going to work. The placebo effect. Most people don't realize that there is also something called the nocebo effect. It's practically the opposite of the placebo effect. The mind, instead of curing illness, contributes to illness. That's what a hypochondriac is. Their belief that they're going to develop a disease actually causes them to experience the symptoms of it. Whatever belief you hold in your subconscious mind will become your reality. Bottom line. That's how hypnosis works. The hypnotist implants the idea in the back of their subject's mind, and the subject experiences whatever they hold there. If they hold the belief that there's a spider on their arm, their eyes actually see a spider on their arm. An amazing demonstration occurs when the hypnotist walks towards his subject with his finger extended. He tells the subject that his finger is hot and burning. The hypnotist slowly touches the subject on their arm, and a blister actually forms in the exact place that the finger touched. Now, this is crucial to understand in all healing. Free will, as we understand it, is practically an illusion. In fact, 2 to 4% of the time, you decide what you want to do. You actually make the decision. 96 to 98% of the time, you don't. You're on autopilot. Your subconscious mind controls your decisions 96 to 98% of the time. Don't believe me? Do you like ice cream? If you do, snap your fingers and stop liking it. Do you enjoy watching sports? Snap your fingers and stop enjoying it. You can't. 96 to 98% of the time, everything we crave, desire, and act upon comes from what we hold predominantly in the back of our subconscious minds. Whatever we hold predominantly in the back of our subconscious minds, we are attracted to in life. What happens when you buy a new car? It's the only car you see on the road for the next 2.5 weeks. You saw those cars before you bought your car, but why didn't they stand out to you? Because you didn't own that car yourself. You weren't thinking about it yourself. What you hold in your mind, you're attracted to in life. That's how subliminal ads work so effectively. They work so effectively that they are banned in over 10 countries as a way to advertise. So if what you hold in the back of your subconscious mind shapes your reality, what shapes your subconscious mind? Practically everything that you're exposed to, everything that you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel is shaping your subconscious mind. Let's look at some specifics. Television. Here's a scary stat. By the time a child finishes elementary school, that child has witnessed an estimated 8,000 simulated murders on TV. All of these extremely graphic scenes are sinking back into their minds. And don't be tricked by Hollywood or cartoons. In the most important developmental years, when a child should be taught compassion and understanding, extremely intelligent minds behind the creation of perceived harmless children's cartoons are sinking violence into the back of their minds. Don't be fooled. What are you listening to on the radio? Every single word or thought you hold in your mind has a particular vibrational frequency. Negative words or intentions have slower vibrational frequencies, and positive words have higher vibrational frequencies. This is a song by Lady Gaga called Bad Romance. Some of the lyrics are, I want your drama, I want your ugly, I want your disease, I want a bad, bad romance. Our thoughts create us. We have to be extremely careful with what we are feeding our minds. Music can be beautiful and beneficial, but it can also have a negative impact on your health. Choose wisely. When I was growing up, the most violence we had on video games was Mario and Luigi jumping over turtles' heads. This is what our youth are playing today. These gruesome, extremely graphic images are sinking into the backs of their subconscious minds, weakening their immune systems and having astronomical, gradual negative effects on their health. Nobody's saying that these games are going to cause them to pick up a gun and go shoot somebody, but these games are affecting their health. There is zero doubt about that. What happens when you gossip? In order for you to gossip, you have to hold a negative memory and negative thought inside of your mind. You not only think about that negative memory, you share it with the other person that you're talking to. The second you hold negative thoughts in your mind, the biochemistry of your brain changes and you release cortisol, the stress hormone, into your blood, which then weakens your immune system, inhibits the actions of your white blood cells, increases the chances of infection, and even promotes weight gain. All from gossiping, all from your thinking. You can't gossip without hurting yourself. Remember that. But of everything you can expose yourself to, there is nothing more important than the thoughts you hold in your mind. We have on average 60,000 thoughts a day. And the reality is, not only are most of these thoughts the same thoughts we had yesterday, but they are negative thoughts, either dwelling on something bad in the past or fearing something that could potentially happen in the future. The second we have these negative thoughts, the second we release cortisol, the stress hormone, into our blood. Our thoughts create us. Most people believe that situations cause them anxiety, stress, or cause them to be depressed. The reality is this: there is absolutely no situation in the entire universe that can cause someone to experience anxiety. None. It's your psychological reaction to the situation that can cause you to experience anxiety. not the situation itself. This is crucial to understand. Why is it that when one person skydives, their brain releases endorphins, the good feeling chemical, into their blood, while releasing cortisol into another's? It's the same situation. How can the company of one person cause excitement in one person while making another person stressed? It's because it's never the situation that causes anyone to experience anxiety, but their reaction to it. You create your anxiety, not a situation. When you truly fundamentally understand this truth, that's when you realize that you control your anxiety, not a situation. It's one of the most liberating feelings you can ever experience. If you create it, you can take it away. Your thoughts control your life. You are the creator of your everything. Choose your thoughts wisely.
A human body is comprised of 50 trillion cells. When we look at ourselves in the mirror and say there's a single entity, no, that's an illusion. A human is a community of 50 trillion cells. The cells are the living entity. Every day in a normal body, every day, hundreds of billions of cells die every day. Just in the time we've been talking, 100 million cells probably have died. Hair cells, skin cells, blood cells. Obviously, something's replacing your dying cells every day or you wouldn't be here. In our body, we have stem cells. I grow stem cells in a tissue culture 50 years ago. I take one cell, put it in a dish all by itself. And every 10 hours it divides. So first there's one cell, then there's two, then there's four, then there's eight, and doubles and doubles and doubles. And after a week, I've got 30,000 cells in the petri dish from one parent. What's the point? I have 30,000 genetically identical cells. They all came from the same parent. So 30,000 genetically identical cells. I split them into 3 dishes. Each dish has a different culture medium environment. That's another word. In one culture medium, the cells form muscle. In the second culture medium, my stem cells form bone. In the third culture medium, my stem cells form fat cells. The cell was responding to the environment. Now let's make this into why this is relevant to us as humans instead of cells in a plastic dish. The human body has got 50 trillion cells in it. The cells are the living entity. So what's the point? A human body is a skin-covered petri dish with 50 trillion cells. And there's a culture medium, the original culture medium, blood. The cells in my body are in a skin-covered petri dish. They're responding to the chemistry of the blood, which is the culture medium, which determines their fate. And then all of a sudden, the most important question, there's 2, who's the chemist? Who's in the lab? I made the culture medium, but in your body, who's the chemist that puts the chemistry into that blood? The answer is the brain is the chemist. And then comes the most important question of all. What chemicals should the brain put into the blood? Because if you change the chemicals, you change the fate of the cells. Whatever picture you hold in your mind, the brain translates that picture into chemistry that complements that picture and puts that chemistry in the blood, and the body responds to the picture in your mind. I could have a picture of health, or I could have a picture of fear. I say, well, that's different chemistry. When you're in love, the brain releases love chemistry, which is like dopamine, pleasure. That's why falling in love, oh, it's so great, it's pleasure. It also releases oxytocin, which bonds you to the source of your love. It releases another chemical, vasopressin, that makes you more attractive to your partner, so that your biology is now, advertising, I'm a healthy, happy person, vasopressin. But the big one is this. Growth hormone is released into the blood when you're in love. The chemistry of the body provides extreme health. That's why people, when they fall in love, they glow, they're so healthy, everything's like, oh my God, I love my life. I go, that's chemistry, okay? Now let's just give today's chemistry and fear. A picture of fear in my mind causes stress hormones, cortisol, things like that, and factors that shut down the immune system. They're called cytokines. And so the blood of a person in love has a different chemistry than the blood of a person in fear. And it's really hard for people to take this fact in, but it's a fact of science. The most valid science on planet Earth is called quantum physics. There is no science that has been tested more, affirmed more, proven to be more truthful than quantum physics, the most truthful science on the planet. The first principle of quantum physics is consciousness is creating your life experience. The biology we just talked about is the interface of how consciousness controls the chemistry from the brain, which controls your life experiences, your genetics, your behavior, and the character of your life. We are creating our life experiences with our consciousness. And then the question is, where are you getting your consciousness from? What information are you putting in there? Because that information will be translated directly into your biology. We're being told we're all gonna die. And I go, whoa, put that picture in your mind and let me know what kind of chemistry is coming out of your brain. Well, I can tell you, stress hormones and cytokines. Watch what you're thinking. Because the moment you are thinking of stressful things like, oh my God, I'm not working for weeks and on my job, my salary, do I have any money? Fear comes from that. Can I pay the rent? Fear comes from that. Am I gonna die? Of course, fear comes from that. And I go, these fears are the primary things that inhibit the function of the immune system. Norman Cousins, who healed himself from a lethal disease, healed himself by what? He locked himself in a hotel room and got all kinds of comedies, Marx Brothers and things like that. And what did he do? He just sat there and enjoyed life and laughed and did all that. And he overcame an illness that should have killed him. If we do not focus on the problems that they keep throwing at us, and you start to look at your life and say, am I okay? Yeah, I'm pretty good. How's my family? We're good. We're healthy. Even if there's a flu, as I said, half the people tested with the flu don't even have symptoms. So it's not as lethal as they say. It's the fear of death is the problem that we must deal with today.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mighty Monday Power Call. I will be your host today. I'm Mike Dalcoe, and man, this is an exciting time to be on this call. Before I get too fired up and start screaming and yelling, man, wow. Woo. That thing toasted me, man, up till 2 in the morning. I couldn't get enough. I kept watching it. That thing toasted me. It fired me up even more today, watching you guys chat in the chat room. My gosh, let's get I can't even get myself together. Let's get our Carrot Bars overview so that those that are brand new on the call won't think we're so crazy. Let us tell you real quick what we do. So for this morning's overview, let me get my beautiful wife, Monisha Dalcoe, to do our overview. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I told you I was discombobulated. Do me a favor, everybody. And moderators, help me out with this. Type in the chat box where you're calling in from, your name and where you're calling in from. Let us recognize some of our affiliates that are on the call today. I see Greg Steele from DC, Sherby Watkins.
Tommy Lynch from North
Jerry Gilliam from Carolina.
From Chicago.
Dixon in the house.
Ray
Charlene
Johnson,
Temple.
New
New
York.
York, Boston,
Good morning.
Miami,
Florida, Atlanta, Keith Hollins,
Miami,
Mike Johnson.
Kathy Butler,
Virginia,
Tyson
Florida,
Thompson,
Memphis,
Ray
Pennsylvania,
Kathy Hampton,
New Jersey,
Las Vegas, Arizona,
Tennessee in the house.
Detroit,
North
Chattanooga, Leo,
Johnson,
Jocelyn, good morning. Lori
from Baltimore, Georgia, Maryland.
Neem from Tennessee.
Yeah, everybody's here from
Central
everywhere, man.
Florida.
So thank you guys for jumping on. I see Brian Battle of Plata, Maryland. People are on Facebook Live. People are here on the platform at goldrocks.info. Those of you that are on Facebook Live, if you want to join us at our virtual office, come on over to goldrocks.info. We're here. We're going to do the power call here, and we also do the 12 o'clock presentation. I think Sherry Brown is doing that presentation this afternoon.
Come on, somebody.
Hey, man, I'm just fired up, man. I'm so happy right now. I don't know what to do with myself, but I'll figure it out. So my name is Mike Dalcoe, in case you haven't heard. I'm famous to the people who know me. I got that from Willie Brown. So Willie, that's your last time getting credit for that joke. But yes, I am famous to the people who know me. I spent 15 years as a mortgage banker. Most recently, I'm not going to call the company's name, but they drive a wagon, a red wagon. And my wife spent 20 years as a corporate trainer for a huge multimedia conglomerate here in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, we are both full-time, retired from corporate America, full-time Carrot Bars affiliates, and absolutely loving it. And so let me get my wife to do the Carrot Bars overview. You guys stand by.
Good morning, everyone. This is the Carrot Bars overview. Carrot Bars International, an e-commerce company, has made available a simple wealth building system for everyone on the planet who is 18 years of age and over, with 3 optional ways to participate. Option 1, Save Gold. We all start here. We complete the free registration for our gold savings account and start acquiring Carrot Bars Gold in small increments. Carrot Bars International has made it easy by making available a feature called Auto Exchange. At Wealth Builders Worldwide, we call that Pay Yourself First. You set up your account to automatically exchange your paper currency for Carrot Bars Gold weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. You simply set it, forget it, and then go back and increase it. Activating this feature allows you to automatically pay yourself first with physical gold. There are no fees of any kind. The account is completely free and takes less than 5 minutes to register. Every time you acquire Carrot Bars Gold, you are building your family's wealth. Option 2, Save and Earn. As an independent affiliate, when you save gold for yourself and share with others how to do the same, you position yourself to be compensated monthly through our unilevel system compensation plan. You are virtually in business for yourself in over 140 plus countries worldwide. Option 3, Maximize your earning potential. You may choose one of several business packages which position you to generate cash flow monthly and weekly through our dual system compensation plan. These packages are income-producing assets. Some people have asked, why Carrot Bars? A Carrot Bars Gold savings account gives you protection against future financial crisis and rapid inflation. It protects your hard-earned paper currency with physical gold. Carrot Bars International has the only system in the world where you can get free gold. Gold is a store of wealth and value and is an appreciating asset. There are 3 major benefits of a Carrot Bars Gold savings account. 1. You can now start saving physical gold in small increments. 2. Carrot Bars International puts you in position to build a global business from the comfort of your home. And 3. There are significant tax advantages to owning a home-based business. Here is our Wealth Builders Worldwide mission: to provide individuals worldwide with the tools required to enhance their lives, achieve their dreams, and build massive wealth. We are salespeople. We are a sales team. We do not sell products, goods, or services. We sell people on the infinite possibilities of their lives and the power of their dreams. We sell people on never giving up. We believe this is a noble cause. Now, if you are a guest on the line today, get back to the person that invited you to this call and let them know you are ready to open your Carrot Bars Gold savings account right now. Back to you.
Thank you, my love. And that is our Carrot Bars overview for today. Yeah, y'all see what I have to put up with every day. I have to listen to that voice all day long. Don't y'all feel sorry for me? Man, let's talk about this pre-call just a little bit. I wrote 2 notes. 2, like there were probably it's enough material there to talk for 3 years, but I was on a Friday night talk with Mr. Ty Best, and he was talking about this subject. We were talking about it in our own way, but we were talking about this very subject. Man, you've got to hold pictures in your mind. When he said that your brain is the chemist and it creates the chemistry for your blood, the pictures you hold in your mind, guys, I'm holding some pictures in my mind. Those things are going to materialize too. You watch. They're going to materialize. So here are the 2 things I wrote down. And this one's going to mess you up. Dr. Patrice, this is going to mess you up. Now, you all are my witnesses. I've got 500 or 600 witnesses right here to prove that I said this first. Now, y'all start posting it. Make sure you put Mike Dalcoe on that post, okay? You guys have heard of a universal remote control you buy at Home Depot that runs all of your electronics? Your brain is a universe remote control. Man, that thing hit me so hard last night. I was just like, whoa, literally. The images you hold in your mind control your universe. It will actually bring into your sphere of control and manifestation the pictures you hold in your head. Mr. Best told us he had this car on his refrigerator and he was just living his life. He stopped thinking about it. He would see the car and just go on thinking about it and see the car and think about it and see the car. And that car printed in his subconscious, which is the master controller of your life. And sure enough, he went and bought that car, not thinking about that picture. And he one day just looking on the fridge, he said, Val, there's the car in the garage. The same thing happened to me with the Range Rover. We actually renovated our bathroom and my Range Rover picture was on the bathroom mirror. So we took that mirror out and renovated the bathroom and we put the pictures away. And ladies and gentlemen, it was months later. We swiped the car and had the car and I said, Mo, we got the car that was on the mirror. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, the problem is not that we think that we are woefully inadequate. The real fear is that we are powerful beyond belief and we can't handle that truth. And then the last one. So you have a universe remote control. You control your universe. It will literally bring into manifestation the pictures you hold in your mind, just like a remote control without a cord will turn on the TV and bring the pictures on the screen that you click on that remote control. And then here's the last one. This is the one that Ty Best was teaching us on that Friday night. Your thoughts, your external stimulus, control the pictures in your mind. What are you reading? What are you listening to? Who are you talking to? Who are your friends? Where do you go to church? What movies do you watch? The pictures that you print on your brain. Here's the proof. How many of y'all, by typing in the chat room, me, have watched a movie and started crying? Type it in the chat room. Type me if you started crying. Even you guys, come on, I see you. Type it in the chat room. Of course you did. Why? That movie wasn't even real. They're paid actors. That didn't happen. That person didn't die. That dog didn't die. They didn't lose the home. They were not homeless. They were wealthy actors. They're driving around in their Lamborghini right now. It didn't happen. And yet you have to shake yourself to make yourself believe it's not happening. It pulls your emotions. Sometimes I'm sitting with Moe watching something on TV, on a movie, and man, I start crying. I'll be trying to wipe my eyes without her seeing it. But it just pulls on your emotion. Why? It's just like it's real. It is as real as if it really happened. Man, there was this one movie with Sylvester Stallone, and I think, I can't remember the female actor, and the very first scene, they're crawling across a tightrope across canyons. And I'm like, why the heck would anybody do that in the first place? You're so thrill-seeking that you got to try to send a tightrope between two mountain peaks and crawl across. And the lady slipped. If y'all can remember, cliffhanger, thank you, window. And the lady slipped. Tell me who the name of the actress is. You win something. She slipped, and Sylvester grabs her hand. And she said, don't let me go. Don't let me die. Don't let me die. And I was like, don't you let her go. Sylvester, don't you let her go. And he let her go. He held on as long as he could. And she was like, ah, and they showed a slow motion dropping to the bottom of that canyon. Man, when I tell you I did not want to watch the rest of that movie to this moment, that movie still got me shook. I cannot stand it. I can't believe I even talked about it. It still got me hurt. I can't believe they wrote a movie that raggedy. Okay? So what's in your mind? So the images and the external stimulus you put in your mind, your thoughts become your words, even unwittingly. Mr. Best has been working with me and Mr. Berger to stop saying if, like when we're doing the presentation. So if you sponsor 25 people, no, if, that's a word. It's printing on your mind. When you sponsor 25 people, when you win the new car, when you win the villa, not if, when, print that definite on your subconscious. It doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. Imagine, image in. You bring the image in by your thoughts. We are so powerful. I know I'm screaming at you, but hey, Mr. Best will come on later. He'll be calm. I can't be calm right now. I've been watching these images for the last 6 hours. We are humans made in the image of God. Woo! And so your thoughts become words, and here it is. Your words become flesh. Your words become what you experience. So watch what you see and the images you put in your mind, because they'll become your thoughts, and your thoughts become words, and your words become flesh. Man, let me kick this thing over. Universal remote control, universe remote control. You guys, we all have a universe remote control. Start controlling your universe today. Please stop letting other stuff control your universe. Stop giving your will over to the enemy, to Satan. Stop. Give your will over to God, which is you. You are one with God. You have the power to create your universe. One phrase, one word. Whew! I have the distinct pleasure and honor of introducing my personal mentor. I love this gentleman, and I love his gorgeous, magnificent wife. They have changed my life forever. They have changed the life of my family for generations to come. There is no one more important to my family than Ty Valbest, and I mean it. Good morning, Mr. Ty Best.
Good morning, Mr. Dalcoe. And yes, you are on fire. And so I'm gonna do my very best to stay calm, because you know I've been cranked up sending out videos since 6 o'clock this morning. So Team Best, what do we say? Ahoo. Here's Miss Valerie Best. Can you hear me?
I cannot hear Miss Best.
Hold on a second. Here's Valerie.
Okay, sorry. Good morning, Mr.
There you are.
How you and Miss Mo doing this morning? I'm sure
Just
great.
super blessed and super excited. So happy. Good to hear you.
Oh yeah, I love the precall. I think the name of the actress was, I think, Michelle Joyner. I'm looking at, I when they showed the pictures, they never show you what they were in the movie. So I'm like, I think that's her. Yeah, I think it's Michelle Joyner in Cliffhanger. That was a great movie. Great analogy. I've seen that movie a few times when it first came out, and then on DVD a few times. And my mindset was exactly what you said. What are they doing that for? I mean, I have to hold my breath when Ty drives a little fast for me, and I'm just gonna close my eyes, put my seatbelt on, close my eyes. That's all the thrill I need. Anyway, but it was a great announcement, because you are programming your mind, and Tyrone and I were just talking about that, okay, and about what we're watching and all that. And he said he must have been in tune, because something you said, Tyrone. I'll let you do it. So he said, "Oh, Mike and I were on the same wavelength," because exactly sort of what he was thinking about. We're watching it came true, but we're watching the movie because yesterday was Gabriel's birthday, okay, and we've extended it to 2 days because he said I got 2 days celebration of my birthday, so he's getting 2 days. Okay, no, not present, just 2 days where, what do you want to do today, Gabe? So we're watching. One of the presents he got was, Alice got him, was a DVD, Mr. Rogers, which is paid by Tom Hanks. And I grew up with Mr. Rogers in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's a show, and it was fascinating because Tom just embodied the spirit of Mr. Rogers, and obviously it looked like him, but there were so many great lines about broken people, their spirits, and you are what you program into your mind. And I thought it was so real, because I said, a lot of the things Mr. Rogers, that show got me through, because the environment I lived in was very aggressive. I was the only person in my city that looked like me, and it was kind of up and coming times, and it was scary to be me in that environment. And because of Mr. Rogers, it helped me quite a bit. But anyway, okay, that was just such a great pre-call. I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Best before I start babbling some more. Here you go. You got it.
Yes, sir. Good morning. I'm only going to make 2 points. Number one, from the pre-call, Mr. Dalcoe, man, you on fire. And he said your response. He said there's no good or bad. I've said this so many times. I've said it so many different ways, folks. Our response, that is the only thing we control. It liberates us. We realize no matter what happens, we can choose our response, and what we choose to be has a biological, chemical impact on our body. Regardless of what it is, we can elect to say, wait, what's the positive I can get out of this? We can see it as a something positive going to come out of it, and it creates a whole different chemical response to our body. That is liberating, folks. And I've understood that for years. The second point I want to make is, well, that's right. The brain cannot tell the difference between what is imagined and what is real. What is imagined and what is real. So imagine your best life possible. Imagine your best life. Imagine the best things happening. Imagine the new car. Imagine the new home. Imagine the travel. Imagine you in great health. Imagine you in best of health. Imagine your entire family in best of health. Imagine your team exploding to thousands of people worldwide, because the brain will drive you to that reality, because it cannot tell the difference between what is imagined and what is real. But when you imagine what you want, it will create it and make it real in your life. Mr. Dalcoe gave you 2 examples, Range Rover, and one with my Mercedes, and another with me getting free, because I imagined being free. I imagined being free. I held that in my imagination for 12 years until it became a reality. So you can do it too. Yes, ma'am.
The Range Rover, Mr. Dalcoe said the Range Rover was exactly the white one. It was white, right? Okay.
That's right.
Clear that. Okay.
And so the last thing I wanted to add too is I text out something this morning to a lot of the leaders. I said truth, health, and freedom. It was a 32-minute video clip I watched, man, that gave me more. See, the money's not enough to drive me anymore. I gotta have this bigger mission, and I'm on a warpath, folks. You don't understand. When Dante Taylor said we're soldiers, you may not understand that you're a soldier. You're a soldier for truth, you're a soldier for freedom, and you're a soldier for health. And I believe that is all intertwined. I'm not talking about promoting some health product. I'm talking about when you get your mental state right, your health improves. And we're in a battle right now. There's a battle. You watch that video, Mr. Dalcoe, you see that video, you're going to see it was so in tune, because the gentleman talked about our immune system. What's happening all across the world is people with immune system, their immune system have been compromised for a variety of reasons, too long to get into. You got to watch that video.
Oh,
it will blow your mind. And all that affects everything we do, how we act, how we respond. It affects us chemically, it affects us biologically. Our immune system have been impacted, and it impacts every single thing we do. But you can take control of that. It's real simple. Dream big, folks. Don't let anybody steal your dream. You're on an incredible mission that's way above self. Yes, you're going to become independent. Yes, you're going to become financially independent. Yes, you're going to be healthy. And yes, you're going to help us change the world. And we are just getting started. Thank you, Mr. Dalcoe. Thank you, Miss Monisha Dalcoe, man. What a voice. God knows that's a golden voice. I don't know, between her and Maxine, I don't know what to say, man. God bless. Team Best, what do we say? Ahoo.
Thank you, Mr. Best, for outstanding comments from you today. And man, look, I was listening to Chris Cuomo, I believe that's his name, and Chris Cuomo on CNN. He had the COVID-19, and he made this statement. Hopefully I can get this out the way I feel it. He made this statement, man. He said, at night, he said, the beast comes at night. And he said, all you want to do is curl up in a ball and just lay there. He said, something inside of me said, get up and move around and force your lungs to breathe. Force your lungs to breathe. He said he believes that one of the things that helped him recuperate faster than he would have otherwise is that he overcame that pressure and that tendency to nurse it and to just curl up in a ball. And, you know, of course, you got to get your rest and drink your fluids, but you got to force your lungs to breathe. Now, where am I going with that? I'm comparing that to the negative gravitational pull of how life is, and your money's not quite right, and relationship might be struggling, the issues with your kids. These things make you want to succumb and just ball up and give in to it. You got to fight through that negative pull and think big. Look, it is hard. It really is hard. Mr. Best, you got to talk about this one Wednesday night, because it seems so sort of natural. When I listen to you talk, you seem like you've always been this positive person. It's hard to be positive. I'm not trying to speak that on you guys, but I think you can witness with me that when things are going wrong, you just don't want to do nothing. You don't want to turn on TV. You don't want to get on a power call. You don't want to hear anybody say anything positive. It's hard, but you got to fight. And if you can fight, it becomes natural for your the way you're made. It becomes natural for your divinity to choose the positive, but you got to fight over that conditioning to be drawn to the negative. Why are all the TV shows so negative? Because negative is appealing to most people. They get in there talking about little puppies and kittens and babies being born, and how many times they say, man, we got 340 million healthy people. They don't talk about that. Now, I have not heard one news report. Of course, we've lost over 40,000 people here in America to COVID-19, and we're praying for their families and God rest their souls. And yet we've heard no one say we've had 100,000, 400,000 people survive it. Like, yes, like let's cheer the survivors. Let's mourn those that died, but let's also cheer the survivors. Let's put some good energy into this conversation, man. Anyway, do we have any moderators?
And Mr. Dalcoe, let me sneak back in here and say something. See, the reason you hear me call it a health crisis, I want to give it a name because that's a part of the propaganda. A part of the propaganda using that name is to create this fear among the masses. Do the Africans understand? You understand? In this country alone, 30,000 people die every year because of the flu. Hear me out now. 30,000 plus die every year in this country because of the flu. This virus in 1 week got more 24-hour news coverage than the 30,000 die every year in the flu. Now, here's what's going on, and I truly believe this. There's a commingling of data, okay? They're taking, and the hospital has an incentive for doing this, and it gets too deep to try to explain, but understand this. All these numbers, all this news, that's why you got to cut that nonsense off. You can't believe all these numbers. All the numbers are being manipulated. They're throwing old senior citizens that are dying from respiratory conditions, which they would have had anyway. They're throwing that into the so-called health crisis number. They're taking people who walk in with compromised immune systems, throwing that into the health crisis number, okay? Because it gets more funding for the hospitals, so the administrator throw that number there. How old are they? They were 81 years old. Why did they die? Well, the guy been a smoker 40 years. No, he died of cold. He died of that thing they keep talking about. I'm not going to say it out of my mouth. You understand what's going on here, folks. It is a conspiracy to create this panic and fear, to create a situation where you will bow down to government. They say, hey, you don't give us the information, we're not going to send you any money. Hey, you don't do this, we're not going to give you that. Hey, and watch this. And if you don't take this vaccination that we're going to impose upon the public, I'm telling you, folks, you got to read this stuff. Don't buy the hype. I'm not saying everything I'm reading is true. I'm saying think for yourself. What they don't want is a thinking population. The name of the game right now is to observe. They got free observation through Facebook of 2.5 billion people, all the social media, to observe and control. If they can observe your behavior, they can control your behavior, and they figure out how to manipulate an entire world into fear. And then they got the entire world ready to go walk into any place they can to get vaccinated by giving them some money. They know this. I'm telling you, man, we're in a battle for truth. We're in a battle for freedom. We're in a battle for our health. Okay, I sent out another article yesterday to talk about how way back in 1911, the same people that put the Federal Reserve together, put together the pharmaceutical cabal. Because the pharmaceutical cartel that said, wait a minute, we got to control this. They knew that eating natural, that nutrition, natural stuff could restore your health, could maintain your health. So wait a minute, there is no money in that. 1911, they put it, folks, don't get me started. You don't understand. We try to keep it focused. Save gold, sell a lot of people, make a lot of money, and free yourself so you don't have to be subjugated to this nonsense. Okay, that's going on in the media, and you can't believe everything you see. You can't, and you definitely can't believe that 24-hour news cycle coming through that idiot box. God bless, man. I'm sorry, Mr. So you got, I didn't want to get cranked up, but watch that video and start watching something. I'm not saying believe everything you see on Facebook. I'm not saying believe, but you got to be able to discern truth. I believe God gives us the ability to discern truth. And when you hear truth, you respond to it. Regardless of the messenger, when you hear truth, you're going to, that makes sense. God bless.
It's one of those conversations. I know it's hypercharged. I know y'all want a piece of it. We got to get out of the way for Sherry Brown and do that presentation at 12 o'clock.
I'm working on that mindset there, buddy. All right. Good morning, man. This is so old, my.
Miss Sherry Brown. I'm sorry. So you got me so cranked up. I forgot the thing I interrupted you to say. Folks, watch this. Boost your vitamin C and boost your vitamin D. I'm saying it here first. I want you to hear this. Watch this. They said, watch when you see the reason the so-called health crisis numbers keep dropping now on the estimated total of death, because they know what's happening. As the sun comes out and people start to go outside and get more vitamin D in their system,
Come on.
it's going to boost their immune system. Vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin C will boost your immune system. The number's going to drop naturally, and they're going to say, we got a cure, but really your body is actually designed to heal itself, and that's what it's going to do. And you watch how these numbers get drastically changed over the next 3 months as we move to the spring and the summer. God bless. Back to you, Sherry.
Jeez. The sun. Go ahead, Sherry Brown.
The sun. And yes, that's my vitamin C and my vitamin D bottles. That's not a shaker. Woo! Oh my goodness. Mr. Dalcoe, you already know where I am with this in my mind. What a powerful, powerful call. And definitely, Manisha, we will be setting that up for the remainder of our life for the overview. Thank you so very much. Man, but Mr. Dalcoe, so I know you remember the house I had in Cobb County with the pool in the back that we turned into a baptism pool.
Yeah.
We had like 3 baptism service in my pool in my backyard. But look, so in the back of the house, there was this room, 3 bedrooms upstairs, 2 down in the basement. And in the back room, it was a bedroom, and you look out and you can see the pool and everything. And I had quit my job. I've quit jobs so many times, but I had quit my job because I'm like, it don't make sense to take my money just to pay for a daycare service when I can keep my own children. Come on now. Didn't make sense. But anyway, so I was thinking, my thought was like, okay, make that room an office. And so I had the thought that came to me, the room was set up as a bedroom. So not only do you have to change the thoughts in your mind, not only do you have to change what you speak, but you have to set the atmosphere that will measure up to your thought and what you're speaking. And I remember so clearly, I kept saying, I'm going to change that room to an office. It'll be nice working back there, open up the windows, looking at the pool, watching the kids while they're swimming, and I can continue to work. And I kept saying it, but I had not yet changed the atmosphere. And I totally remember God speaking to me, and he said, how are you going to keep speaking that's an office when you have it set up as a bedroom? Man, I cleared that furniture out of there. I gave that bedroom furniture away. And I'm telling you, when I cleared and set that atmosphere up for what my thought process was, the money came. Back to you. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sherry Brown. And I want everybody at Wealth Builders, if you're watching on Facebook, and hear all the moderators here on the moderator line, to unmute yourself, because Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz is on Facebook listening with us. So everybody, come on, give him a warm ahoo.
Ahoo, Dr. Seitz.
Welcome. Senator Harold Seitz.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Love
sir.
you.
Thank you,
We love
Dr.
you,
Seitz.
Dr. Seitz. Thank you so much, Dr. Seitz, for everything you are doing for the whole world. Man, you guys need to go watch Dr. Seitz' video on YouTube about his life story. You talk about a mentally tough individual, none other than our CEO and founder, so humble to get on our Facebook channel and watch this stream today on the Power Call. So welcome, Dr. Constantine Seitz, Harold Constantine Seitz. All right, we want to get over to our attendees for today's Power Call, our leaders. Raise your hand, be recognized, and we'll give you 10-15 seconds. Please be as brief as possible. Please be as brief as possible, because these queues fill up. We got hundreds of people on this call today. So let's jump to our Q&A. First caller in queue, Brother Wendell Osborne. Your line is live. Unmute yourself and come on and talk to us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me, Mr. Dalcoe?
Yes, I can.
We've said it to make sure if you didn't come from a wealthy family, make sure one comes from you. My grandson was born January 10th. We have gold. We passing on a wealthy family. Ow, ow, ow to all the fellow millionaires, Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz, to allow me to do that for my family. I'm out.
Thank you so much, Brother Wendell Osborne. Next leader in queue, Mrs. Deborah Nixon. Let's see, where did she go? She disappeared on me. Something's happening. Deborah Nixon. Oh, there you are. Unmute yourself, Miss Nixon. Your line is live.
Good morning, family. Wow. I got to tell you, Mr. Dalcoe, last night when I started listening to the live, whew, you put this swing on the truth about all the things we get hung up on. So good morning, family. Much love from Central Florida. I want to thank you, Mr. Best, for always reminding us that it's our thoughts that become the things and the reality in our lives. Thank you for allowing us to understand that we have to reinvent our new normal. So thanks, guys. Sherry Brown, I got my office set up and we're ready to go. Much love. Team Now is saving gold. Congratulations, guys. Keep doing what you're doing and let's listen to these leaders. And our event's coming up too, guys. So see you in the summer. Ahoo.
Thank you so much, Ms. Deborah Nixon. Next leader in queue, 202. Let's see. Can I get that? Oh, can't get that one. Okay. Ms. Demawi, your line is live. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dalcoe. Golden morning to everyone. Wait, let me take this mask down. I'm out here walking my way to wealth and health, and I want y'all to have a golden day. Shout out to Team Audacity and my sister, Cece. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Sister Demawi. Glad to hear you on the call today. The next leader in queue, Wyndham McDowell. Welcome to the call, my brother. Unmute yourself. Good morning. I can hear you, Wyndham. Okay, next leader in queue, Doc, 53. My brother, good morning. Unmute yourself.
Mr. Dalcoe, good morning. You know,
Good morning.
thoughts are things, and what we think about, we bring about, and what we speak about, we literally use the breath of life and breathe life into it as we speak it. So why would we be surprised when that becomes our reality? Oh,
Absolutely. Mr. Lawful Money, your line is live. Good morning.
Peace, family. It's Larry Wiggins Bay. What's going on? Mr. Dalcoe, Mr. Best, everybody. I don't even know who did the pre-call. Whoever put that together, you like get the MVP award for the month, right? But what I want to tell everybody is in the midst of this whole crisis, while y'all are at home with your children, right? While normally they would be at school, there's no reason for them not to be watching the Powercall with you. Right?
Absolutely.
There's no better time than now for y'all to start implementing these concepts and strategies in your children's lives. Because if you teach them in the way that they should go, then they will not depart from it, or something like that. But I love y'all, family. Grow your team, and we will. I will see y'all at the events. Larry Wiggins Bay.
Mr. Larry Wiggins Bay, that was super powerful, man. Thank you very much for participating in the call today. Your voice is always appreciated. Next leader in queue.
And I just want to give credit to Mr. Michael L. Dalcoe for putting that power call together today. Yes,
thank you very much, my sister. Brother Eric Dre Muhammad, son of Stokely Carmichael, you are live in the queue. Thank you for gracing our call today.
Ready for Revolution. Thank you for producing this call today. Shout out to all wealth builders, Dr. Seitz, Mr. Best, Mrs. Best, the Dalcoes. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say thank you. That's all I wanted to say. This thing had me so fired up, and it had me reminiscing on all the things that have come to pass that I willed, and so I'm just stay ready, be ready, and you'll be successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Eric Ture Muhammad. Next leader in queue, Mr. Roderick Joe, you are live.
Shalom, Mr. Dalcoe.
Shalom.
Welcome to Worldwide Family. This is Roderick Joe out of Grand Prairie, Texas. Let my voice an amazing call. Let's go get it.
Let's go get it. Global Alchemy, you're live.
Good morning. Good morning. This was a powerful pre-call overview. Just reaffirms what, as a healthcare professional, we have been doing in my community. Vitamin C, even if you stand outside for 10 minutes with sunscreen, you will absorb enough vitamin C from the sun and vitamin D from the sun to fortify your immune system. So if you're in an apartment, whatever you're in, make sure that even that you open your windows, get that fresh air, and stand in front of the window if you believe that you cannot go outside. So thank you for this information, Mr. Tybest. You are on point. We can overcome this. And what if you don't think about getting sick, because if you think about it, it will happen. Think wellness, wellness. Thank you. Peace and stay healthy, everybody.
To my medical professionals out there on the front line of this, we love and appreciate you. Thank you. And my sister, when you were talking just now, like I literally felt the power of God in your voice. Like literally, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Do you guys know that just breath, just breathing is therapeutic? It's actually like a medicine. Like, wow, that was strong what she said right there. I hope y'all ingested that. That was strong. Mr. Travis Ricks, your line is live. Good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning, Mr. Dalcoe. How you doing?
Very good. Good to hear you.
Awesome, awesome. Want to thank Mr. Rodney for actually for being my sponsor and bringing me in to this great opportunity. I want to welcome two of new affiliates, Ms. Sarah Salas out of Detroit, Michigan, and also Mr. Jeremiah Tobago. God bless and live in your imagination.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ricks, and welcome new members. Next leader in queue, 254-634. Your line is live. Unmute yourself.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, this is Tim Scott out of Killeen, Texas. One of the big things about this wealth, guys, I'm telling you, our health is our wealth. But thank God for Harold Seitz for bringing this about, that we can not only get wealth in gold. So thank you, Mr. Harold Seitz. And I want to say something to you guys. Vitamin C, because we don't have hair like animals or anything of that nature, their vitamin C is normal. Our vitamin C, we have to obtain it. We have to obtain high levels of vitamin C. Our doctors have been mistreating and not telling us we need vitamin C. So here's my lady. She's going to be speaking now. Linda, go ahead.
Thanks for another 15 seconds, Mr. Dalcoe, Linda M. and Tim Scott. I have been reading a book entitled Primal Panacea. It expresses in no uncertain terms the significance of vitamin C. And for all of you that are going to follow that line of thought, high intake, we're talking 30,000 milligrams, which is like 30 grams. And you also need liposomal for that vitamin C to do its work in no uncertain terms. Thank you for the platform. Au.
Thank you guys so much wisdom on this call. 601-896, your line is live.
Good morning, Mr. Dalcoe. Glenn Perkins out of Jackson, Mississippi.
What's going on, brother? Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Excellent call. Great pre-call. Great overview by Mrs. Moe. That's just phenomenal call going on this morning. I got the video Mr. Best sent out this morning. I watched it, sent it out to everybody. But just phenomenal information. And I want to just report, I made a call on my K1 Impulse phone yesterday and received a call on it. So, man, I'm excited, man. All right. Everyone stay plugged in. Ow!
Hey, speaking of the K1 phone, let me have a little quick succession on the Powercall line. I got 3 of these in today, and if y'all can see this, I know that my screen is little right now. That one right there, that's unboxed. It's a carbon K1. And guess whose phone this is? Somebody guess whose phone it is? Guess whose phone it is? It's yours if you're an attendee at the online event on May 16th. We're giving this thing away. Everybody that has a ticket to that event is entered into that drawing, and you're going to get this phone. It is unwrapped, unboxed. It is yours. All right.
Hey, Mr. Dalcoe, remind them, and I'm giving away one too, because I got another today. Thank you, Dr.
2
Harrell.
phones?
We giving away 2 K1 phones.
Oh, snap.
2 of them. Val and I giving away 1 too. So ain't it great? Get your ticket, baby. Get your ticket.
Oh my gosh, man. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, next leader in queue, Mr. Leon Duncan. What's going on? Good morning.
Yes. Can you hear me, Mr. Dalcoe?
Yes, I can.
I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Joe Johnson for going ahead and getting his multi-pack. He just didn't do that. He also turned around and set up his autosave and believes very, very much in what we're doing over here in Carrot Bars. He jumped on the call today, and he's been hitting up the Powercall every single day since he's came on. So I just want to give him a shout and give a shout out to my Carrot Bars family. Au, au.
Way to go, Mr. Leon Duncan. And you think you're wondering what Leon Duncan does to grow his business so fast? He's following the map to the T. Yes, he is. Mr. Probin Thompson, you're live. Good morning, my brother, from the north. You have to unmute yourself.
There we go. Good morning, Mr. Dalcoe. How you doing, my friend?
Fantastic.
My mentor, my sponsor, amazing, Mr. Dalcoe. Great call, great call. I want to get this out of the way real quick. Dennis Capalbo purchased a profit pack or a gold profit pack, and Chris Bielecki got one for him and his wife. And a bunch of people are waking up after a year or so and getting all their KYCs approved and everything. And the precall just brought a bunch of things to mind. It's amazing how the Bible is, or the Word of God is consistently being proved out through science. You know, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Yes.
The things I feared the most has come upon me.
Say that.
And, you know, and you know, just, you know, keep your minds focused on things that are lovely and pure and good and kind, and that is what you will manifest in your being. I'm out.
And here's for those packages. Congratulations, Mr. Proven Thompson. Tell you what Mr. Thompson's doing, be so successful, he's following the map. Thank you so much, Mr. Thompson. Next leader in queue, it says user, you are live. Unmute your mic and you are live. You're unmuted. I see you there. Go ahead. Okay, we'll come back to you. Next leader in queue, Mr. Fred Moore. You are live. Unmute yourself there. Uh-oh. Did I lose you, Fred? Okay, there you are, Fred. You're back live.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Outstanding. Good morning to all the wealth builders. Fred Moore in Chicago. Exceptional pre-call, outstanding overview. If I ever need a voiceover, I'll know where to come. Okay.
Absolutely.
This is Monday, and if this is any indication how the rest of the week's going to go, everybody hold on to your seats. This is outstanding. Now, in relation to that pre-call, there's a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Outstanding book. If you can grab that book, do so. It's a wonderful book. Everybody have a golden week. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fred Moore, and thank you for all your leadership. You guys help me out. Try to shorten it to even 10 seconds. A ton of people in the queue, and we want to hear them. 706-206, you're live.
Great horizons, everyone. This has been a very great, powerful call this morning. New affiliate, Tyson, David, Mr. Dalcoe, you had hit it on the nail. Y'all is doing it today, especially when you was talking about, I know you're a Virgo because I'm a Virgo. When you was talking about, you know, last night you was saying don't just drop the person, you know, to help them all the way through. And this morning y'all was talking about the DNA. It's like your DNA is a spiral too. And if your spiral weakens, it can fall. And because I do alchemy and science of the science. But anyway, your DNA could fall. And I was sitting outside telling myself, your victory. Don't be a victim. You're a victory, not a victim. And here we are. Here we are with the Browns and all of you. I thank y'all so much. Mr. Best is awesome. He's the Lion of Judah. Have a great golden day.
All right, next leader in queue, 706. Let's try you again. Oh no, we just had you. Okay. Next leader in queue, 347. Your line is live.
Yes, Mr. Dalcoe, this is Wyndham McDowell. Yeah, I had some technical difficulties. But listen, y'all touch the points on the points and push the points on the points, man. Mr. Best really pushed the points, man. Listen, Christ means king. In my Father's house, there are many mansions. We are all together under this global roof. Carabas bringing the kingdom of Christ back against the Antichrist, which is this present day government, because it is built against rebellion.
Good stuff, Brother Wyndham. Thank you, brother, for your comments today. Next leader in queue, Ms. Cherie Hollywood Hicks. Your line is live. Give me 10 seconds. Let's get these people in here. You might be muted, Ms. Hicks. Unmute yourself. Going once, going twice.
Check, mic check.
There you are.
This is Cherie Hollywood Hicks, Texas. Go protect your mind, protect your finances, protect your wealth, protect your dreams. Watch what you're putting in your head. Do not listen to negativity. Thank you, great leaders. Awesome call. Y'all have a go today.
Oh, next leader in queue 706, you're live again. Okay, I'm sorry. Looks like you got in there twice. 615-529, you are live. I can hear you. Go ahead. Next leader in queue, Miss Trina James. Trina and Bob James, you're live.
Good morning, Mr. Dalcoe and all well builders worldwide. This is Trina and Bob James in Pontiac, Michigan. Mr. Dalcoe, we just want to congratulate our power team, mother and daughter, Jolita and Iman Burton. They may even be on the call this morning. We met them at the African World Fest back in August, talking about taking time to let your team build. They just got their not profit package, multi-goal package.
Yeah.
Number 2, and Iman started their auto save just the other day. On Saturday. So have a golden day. Have an amazing day. Au.
Au. And sometimes I wonder if you guys are listening when they say how they met people. Trina and Bob met them last year in August. Like, these are not longtime friends. They're out meeting people when they do what they do. And guys, that's what Mr. Best said. When he first got sponsored into network marketing, the guy walked up to him in the bathroom and said, man, you know anybody who looked to make extra $1,500? He said, yes, me. And he said that fired him up. You're never gonna run out of people. That was powerful. Miss Trina James, thank you so much for sharing that. Next leader in queue, Miss Gail Heath, your line is live.
Great gold awakening, Mr. Dalcoe. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Great gold awakening to all wealth builders. This is Gail and Royal, Team Royalty, straight out of Compton. We just want to thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Dalcoe, our sponsors, for bringing us and teaching us and constantly offering giving your support and your training. We appreciate you so much. We just want to say a huge thank you and congratulations and welcome to some new members, Jamel Applewhite, Jamal Clinton, Jamil Hudson, Stack and Gold, Glenn Joseph, James Ward, Alethea Toure, Monica Cafe, Batista Bright from Ghana, and Sheikah's Cynthia Smith L, who's building teams and stacking gold. We just want to thank all of our exceptional leadership and our moderators, our teachers, Mr. and Mrs. Dalcoe and household, Mr. and Mrs. Best and Halco, and of course, Dr. Seitz. Thank you to all the Facebook Golden Group leaders, and especially to Jamel Clinton. He acquired his business package. He got his KYC approved. He ordered his MasterCard. He's stacking gold. Way to go, Team Royalty. This is how we do it.
Somebody working the business. My goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry about this, but I got to make this the last call right here. I'm sorry, we got to get out of here for the 12 o'clock. So, Sister Cece Mahone, fitting last caller for today. Everybody that we left in the queue, we're apologizing for that. Love you guys.
Good morning.
And definitely
Good morning,
get back in there
Mr.
tomorrow.
Dalcoe.
Good morning.
Excellent call this morning. And I am so excited because Mr. Best tells us all the time, just give you and your team time to succeed.
There it is.
I had someone yesterday who signed up in Care Bars in 2014, did a Zoom with her and her sister yesterday. She got off the Zoom and acquired her multi-package 4. And her name is Kimberly Snotty George. And I'd like to welcome her home.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Thank you so much, Sister. Comments today. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for the queue. We got a few announcements and getting out the way for our 12 o'clock. We want you to drive people to the 12 o'clock presentation. Is it you, Ms. Sherry Brown, or is it me, or is it Tanisha Glaspie? I'm sorry, I'm not clear on who's covering for Brother Consu today. But definitely 12 o'clock presentation right here on Gold Rocks. We'll stop this live stream and start our next one for the presentation. Also, do not forget, WBWEvents.com, Next Level Networker Bootcamp, WBWEvents.com. You're going to hear from Mr. Al Murray, one of the greatest teachers in the world on how to launch a business. Mr. Rodney Roach, Gold Director Elite 3, Co-Boomer Award winner for 2019. Dr. David Hollins is a professional financial advisor. Our presentation will be done by Deion Stevens. I'll be doing some things to help you guys get your KBC. deep level crypto. So don't come there for that. I can't teach that, but I can teach you what I do to amass a multi-million-dollar crypto folio. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. And of course, the renowned Mr. and Mrs. Ty and Val Best will be our featured motivational speakers for that event. And we're also going to be introducing you to our head of global sales, Mr. Jorgen Pulvermuller. He will be visiting us live on that event as well, that virtual event as well, May 16th from 12 to 5. Go to wbwevents.com right now and get your tickets. Again, we're giving away K1 phones, we're giving away gold, and we're giving away some cash. And all you got to do is be in attendance. That's all you got to do. And then hopefully we can get this in. I'm believing that this is going to happen. The freedomsummit.live, www.thefreedomsummit.live, July 17th and 18th, right up there in the DMV where all the superstars live. And we're going to be at the MD Live Casino and Hotel on July 17th through the 18th. So go to thefreedomsummit.live, get your tickets for that before they sell out. And then finally, the Wealth Builders online shop is online, where wealth builders go to shop. It is shop.mywbw.net. Mr. Best's book is flying off the shelf. Ty Best, I think you need to go do a reprint of that book. It's like in amongst the top sellers on this whole website. Get your official Wealth Builders wear, the WOW t-shirts, the Wealth Builders t-shirts, the WOW pin for the ladies, and the Dream Chaser Manifesto, which is a book, a tool that needs to be in every networker's arsenal. Go ahead and get you 5 or 10 of them and give them to your new affiliates. They need to read that book to properly prepare their mind for what the journey's ahead and for the freedom that they're on their way to. So thank you, Mr. Best, for working with me so easy. Guys, I'm telling you, to have a business partner like Ty and Val Best is just staggering. Like, you call them up and you say, Mr. Best, we want to put the book on the website. This is this and that, and this is how we do this. And he said, yeah, let's do it. Like, he's never looking for a way to break it down. He's always looking for a way to say yes. And I appreciate that from our senior partners, Ty and Val Best. So everything's being said, let me go ahead and kick it back to them one more time for some final words. Mr. Ty and Mrs. Valerie Best, over to you.
Save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. Team Best, what do we say? Thank you, Mr. Dalcoe. Great call.
Thank you so much. And so, yeah, we got the 12 o'clock coming up. You guys invite. It'll be streamed on Facebook Live. But those of you that are on Facebook Live right now and want to be in so you can ask some questions at the end, Q&A if we do it, come over to gold, G-O-L-D, rocks, R-O-C-K-S.info, and we'll see you there at 12 o'clock. Everybody have a great day.